Hey, what's up guys? In this video we are going to talk about structural directives. Structural directives are a pretty much basic concept in Angular 2. Angular 2 has mainly three kinds of directives. One is the components. Components are just simply directives with templates, and the second one is the attribute directives. Attribute directives are nothing but directives which we use to change the, for example, ng style is an attribute directive. Using the style you can change the font color or font style, right? Regular italic bolds. Similarly, such things are called attribute directives. Structural directives are the ones that are used for changing the manipulating the DOM itself. You can add and remove code directly into the DOM using structural directives. That's why they play a key role here. Rather than me talking about it, let me just show you an example so that you'll understand it better. Here I have just scaffolded out an application. Sorry guys, that was scaffolded out an application using the Angular CLI tool, and I opened it up in my VS Code editor. So first of all, let me just the most common structural directives that you will come across frequently while writing code are ngIf, ngSwitch, and ngIf and ngSwitch. That's more than ng4. ng4 is also a commonly used structural directive. So yeah, let's see one in action now so that I can illustrate my point better. So I'll go into app.component.html and then I'll write some code here. Div ng2 ngIf equal to expression. I'll give a condition and this is a structural directive example. Okay. A very simple piece of code. I am just using ngIf. This asterisk is a syntactic sugar. It will anyway, let's not go there. This ngIf will check if the condition is satisfied, and if the condition is satisfied, this paragraph will get displayed. So the condition, I will give it as condition boolean equal to true. Okay. Now if I give ngserve and run this, let's see what happens. See, you can see that it works fine, right? Now if you inspect this code, you will see that in the body tag, in the app root, you will actually see the div ng content, this thing, right? This is present, this piece of code is there because we have this condition is satisfied. This condition is satisfied. So if this is not satisfied, let's see what happens. You can see that it's not present, right? In the code also, in the DOM also, that div is entirely not present, as you can see here inside the app root. So this is what is meant by structural directive. Now you might ask, what if we don't use an ngIf and we simply give it like hidden? Okay, and we give it here true. In this case, it should hide. Obviously it's hidden, right? So now if you look at the code, you can see that the div is still present there, right? You notice the difference, right? This div is still present there if you try to hide it, but if you use an ngIf, that this div piece of code is totally not present in the DOM at all. This is the use of a structural directive. You might ask me why this seems useful, why this is useful. The thing is, if you use a hidden and then try to hide certain parts of the DOM from display, they will still be present in the DOM. They will still be emitting out events if they need to emit, if the code is written in that way, or if they will still be listening to events if the code is written in that way. So rather than that, it will lead to, as more and more part of the DOM is hidden and they continue to run, it will lead to like a lot of memory usage, and your app will naturally slow down, right? So rather than doing that, you can just display the part of the DOM that you want to display by using such structural directives. Now even if you give not this case, that thing will get displayed, and the code naturally if it gets displayed, the div should be present, right? Okay, now this is an example of a structural directive. Let's see how to write our own structural directives. This ngf, ng switch, and what was it, the ng4 are all built-in directives, right? Built-in structural directives. Let's see how to write a custom one. So the first thing we'll do is we'll go ahead and create one. So ng new directive, my directive. Oh, sorry, not ng generate directive, my directive. Okay, this is generated. Now let's get into my directive. What we'll do is maybe we'll have some users, and only the active users in a list should get displayed on the DOM. So how to write code for this? We'll go inside our app.component.ts first, and then we'll have another variable. Maybe we'll have usernames equal to, this will be an array, and inside the array we'll have a collection name Raja, status active. Okay, and I'll add a comma here, open another, name David, status inactive. Okay, and I'll add another element, name Vincent, status active. Okay, so now if this usernames, if I want to display this usernames on the HTML page, I should get only the users users that are active. So in this case, only Raja and Vince will get displayed, and David won't get displayed. That's what I'm trying to do. How am I going to achieve this? Using a directive, that is the my directive, structural directive. So let's get in here first, and then we'll need a reference to the template. So I'll give template ref. We need a reference to the view container. So I'll give that as well, and then an input. Input will be our usernames, that array, right? That one. So each element of the array, not the array actually, we'll take in each element of the array as an input. So here I'll create two variables, private template ref. This will have template ref, and one more I'll have private template ref. Okay, private view container. This will be view container ref. Okay, and I'll start writing code for, I'll use the input decorator and I'll set app my directive. Not my directive. This thing should match, guys. The selector is there, right? You should match that here. My directive. It will take in the user, right? User. So what should it do? If user.status equals active, then I will set the view container dot create embedded view this dot template. Okay, it's a very simple piece of code. Oh, why is it underlining? Okay, this is a editor mistake, guys. The red underline is due to experimental support. As you can see, experimental support for decorators, which is something, right? But if you go to tsconfig.json and see, experimental decorators is already set to true. So the editor doesn't understand that it's already set to true, and then it keeps showing set the experimental decorators option to remove this warning. Anyway, I need to set that in the editor actually. I don't know how to do that. So let's move on with our structural directive concept. So we'll use this directive in our app.component.html now. So what we are going to do, leave the thing. So we'll create a new div here. Div, first of all, I'll use an ng_for. ng_for will be used for let item of, this will be user names. Okay, and inside this I'll have another div. This div is for our directive app, the selector which we gave here, app my directive, right? App my directive equal to, we'll pass the first element, the item. So inside this div we'll have item.name. So this will be div, and this will close again. Okay, so now what we have written is we are passing this element from here inside the directive, and the directive will get it as an input. Check if the status is active. If it is active, then whatever we have written here will be displayed, will be pushed to the DOM. The code will be pushed to the DOM. If it's not active, then this entire div thing won't be pushed to the DOM. You can see this when I run this. Wait, first I'll check whether I have saved everything. Okay, I have saved everything. G7. See, you can see Raja and Vince, right? But you couldn't see David because David is inactive. Raja and Vince are active, so it's getting displayed here. Now if you look at the code, actual code, get inside app root, and you will see all the three divs. These three divs correspond to this one, this div, this ng_for div. Okay, but if you open that each one, the first div, this div is for this app my directive. So here our directive is in effect, and Raja is displayed because it's an active user. He's an active user. Whereas here, if you notice, we don't have that inner div, right? Because we have specified in our structural directive that inactive users shouldn't be pushed onto the DOM. So that's the reason why no code for the inner div is present here. Whereas here, if you notice, once again for Vince, the div is present. So what we have done essentially is now, so say for example, if I change Vince to inactive, you will notice that only Raja is getting displayed and only the inner div is present in the first one, whereas in both these things the inner div is not present. In other words, both that code is not present in the DOM itself, which is the purpose of using a structural directive. So yeah, this is the point of using a structural directive, guys. I mean, we have seen how to create a custom directive as well. So yeah, this was the point of the whole video, guys. This is just a simple, I mean, not even a feature, I would say a concept in Angular 2. You can create any number of directives, and directives are reusable components, and use them anywhere throughout your application. So this is actually, I would say a very useful concept. So yeah, guys, this is what I wanted to show you guys today in the video. I have stammered a lot in this recording, I can understand that. But the thing is, I think of words too fast in my mind, and when I try to say them, I start stammering, guys. That's my problem. Anyway, I think I'll get more used to it as in when I record more videos. Anyway, this was what I wanted to show to you guys today. Hope you like this video, guys. The reason why I'm not posting frequently nowadays is that I'm working on something else. I'm working on an application, and I also bought a camera. I bought the camera, guys. I'll soon make a video with my face in it. So yeah, I was trying that out too, and that's the reason why I'm not posting frequently nowadays. So anyway, let's leave that. Yeah, guys, hope you like this video. If you found it helpful, kindly share it with someone else and help them to. Kindly hit the like button if you really like this video, and subscribe to my channel if you want to watch more cool videos. Yeah, do it, it's free, right? Anyway, talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.